Chicago Cars Direct. Today we're going to spend some time with an immaculate Mercedes-Benz E55 AMG. This car did come to us as a Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned car, so it just went through the certified pre-owned inspection. But just to let you know, under the hood you're going to find a 5.5 liter V8. This is a supercharged, hand-built by the AMG portion of the Mercedes-Benz engine, but it is hand-built from the bottom up by, this one is by Torsten Wetzel. Thanks, sir. But 469 horsepower routed to a 5-speed automatic transmission that is routed to the rear wheels. This is a locomotive. I love the 55s. Anything Mercedes-Benz E55 with the torque and the supercharged setup. This car feels faster around town than even the new 63 does because of that setup. But let's walk around. I have very little fault on this car, and then we'll get to take it for a spin. This being a one-owner Florida vehicle, it really hasn't been exposed to the elements that we have here in the Midwest. But take a look across the front. I can't point out any stone chips. There's a couple of extraordinarily light, I can't even call them chips. I mean, they're just tiny little marks in the paint that you can't really see unless you inspect it. But stunning condition. Lower part of the bumper is in excellent shape. Xenons up front. You do have that. Now, the original owner did actually put a set of 18-inch E63 style wheels on here. But these up front are a 245/40 ZR18, and they are mud and snow rated. But you can see the big AMG calipers in there with the cross-filled rotors. The V8 compressor badge there, that does signify that the car is supercharged. But look at the reflection all the way down. There's not any damage, nicks, chips, dings to speak of there. Walking around to the rear, still excellent. Even the exhaust tips look brand new. Proper badging in the right spot, so you know that the car hasn't been compromised. And then back down the passenger side. And the reflection in that paint speaks volumes. All factory original and really in stunning, stunning condition. Just get a look across these front seats. You tend to find a lot of the wear on the bolsters on here. There's a tiniest little bit of wrinkling right here, but well within the normal range of wear for even a best kept interior on these cars. Other than that, it smells new. It's a non-smoker car. Still an E-Class, great step-in height. Power tilt and telescope steering wheel, but it's an AMG spec steering wheel with a little bit thicker stitching. You do have buttons on the back of the steering wheel to shift with, but much thicker rim with 10 and 2 cutouts. But I said power tilt and telescope steering wheel. You do have an automatic setting for the Xenons. I find these gauges particularly neat. They're somewhat backlit, but really clean display. Customizable information right through the center of the speedometer there. But take a look at the center stack. You do have dual zone climate control up top here for each of the front occupants. Below there you're going to find the factory navigation system. This does pair as well to a Harman Kardon sound system, which is amazing. And behind this small little door here, you'll find your 6-disc CD changer. But that also leads us to the heated and ventilated portion. Heated and ventilated front seats there. You do have a power rear sunshade. This button will knock the headrest back. Central locking system, as well as ESP, which is your electronic stability program. Above my head here, you'll see there is an Alcantara suede roof liner. Very, very luxurious, but also a one-touch power moonroof. Here you're going to find the shifter. Now on the top of the shifter, you're going to find an engine start and stop button. That's part of the keyless go program. You literally put your foot on the brake, just press this button to start and stop the car, provided it has to be in park to work. Other than that, it's a traditional 5-speed automatic. Just drop it right and drive. And it drives like any other car. You can use this to shift it manually, along with the buttons on the steering wheel, but push it to the left to downshift, push it to the right to upshift. Below there, you're going to find a couple of settings. This button right here will actually raise the car to clear low objects, and this will stiffen the suspension. You've got 3-stage, you've got a normal setting, and then you've got Airmatic Sport 1 and Sport 2. This is the Sport 2 mode right here. Now on top of having dual power seats, these particular seats are called Dynamic Active Comfort seats. You've got a small keypad here for each of the occupants. This pulse button, it will give you a small lower back lumbar massage, but all these other adjustments here are air bladders within. You can tighten the thigh support, essentially the wings, the bolsters on both sides for your seat bottom and also your seat back. But this dynamic button here, what it does is it'll actually sense the
dynamics of the car, and it'll actually hold you in place while you drive. It's a little shocking at first, but a very cool mechanism nonetheless. Rear seat of the S-Class, you really don't spare anything. I don't think anybody's actually sat back here because as I sit in this leather, it feels so brand new. You do have 4-zone climate in this particular car, so each of the outboard occupants back here has their own automatic climate control. But very comfortable, very roomy. I wouldn't mind spending time back here. There go the auto door locks, but out on the road in this car, I mean, it's as smooth and comfortable as any Mercedes-Benz for that matter. And I mean, just recognizing the fact that you've got the build quality of that sort of a car, you're touching pretty much leather or wood pretty much everywhere in this car. Awesome seats. These dynamic seats are fantastic, but the layout's really intuitive, much in the same way of any other Mercedes-Benz you're going to come across modern day. But navigation system's great, phenomenal stereo. Especially for the Mercedes-Benz brand, but I don't think this is a terrible place to labor when you got that kind of power. Alright, we're going to take the E55 for a spirited journey, head out on the highway. Holy cow, it's been a while since I've done that. Got the drive dynamic seats on, they're holding me in place here. These 18s are really hanging on very well here. I'm gonna slow down actually, I'm going so fast. This is what a first gear start feels like in the E55. I have not driven one of these cars in a long time. This is an absolute shock, and I don't know, maybe I haven't driven fast cars in a while, but this has got to be the healthiest E55 I've ever driven, and I've driven a lot of these. But I mean, this car kicks down. I mean, the steering even goes light because the car launches so hard. That's a cool feeling. That's a really cool feeling. And you can't describe torque because you can't see torque on camera, but just to even lay into this car the littlest bit like that, it's pretty unreal. Just to demonstrate the thrust, as we always do, this is a pretty amazing car. 469 horsepower. Brakes are unreal, but it's like blasting off out of a rocket. You know, I guess if you went to the 07, you go to the 63 model. I prefer the 55. I think the supercharged car with all of the extra power right at the top because of the supercharged setup feels so much more fast around town. I always have a much better time with this car, but you really can't find a pre-owned version of the E55 that's been this well cared for. It doesn't show as if it's been abused for a second in its life. It drives like a brand new car and is an absolute thrill to be seen in because look at the curb appeal. It's a gorgeous car. In the copy here, I have a copy of the vehicle's Carfax history report. It's a one-owner vehicle out of Florida, as I stated. This car was just inspected for a Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned car. We did buy it from a Mercedes-Benz dealer, so it was a certified pre-owned car on their lot. Obviously, us not being a Mercedes-Benz dealer, we can't offer that, but it should still be a nice, strong vote of confidence for you. But like I said, one-owner car. Super clean history. It has to be also be certified, but with this E55 you do have the balance of Mercedes-Benz's 4-year 50,000 mile factory warranty. That does carry along with the car as well. But check out a lot more pictures of this car. You'll find us on the web at www.chicagocarsdirect.com, or check out our YouTube channel where you see a lot of the footage of some of our older vehicles. You'll find that at youtube.com/ChicagoCarsDirect. Thanks for going for a ride with us today in the E55. We'll see you again soon.